Good people, good morning. Good morning. the groups that need to present, get your peoples ready, get your presentations ready. If you are here, you are supposed to present, check in the participation list. Are all your members here? And let us kick it off with your presentations. If you owe me presentations, you know yourselves. The guys that have a challenge, you know yourselves. Your names are in the public domain. Get yourself ready. But let's celebrate Heritage Day. So I'm going to remind you that we agreed last week we'd do something about Heritage Day. So this morning, I want to start by greeting everyone in my home language and say, Goeiemorgen. Goeiemorgen. Let's greet each other and let's hear in my language, you call it is Gregamba, that all of you speak. Called Gregamba in my language. Let's greet each other and let's start the morning. Goeiemorgen, everyone.
Molweni kunjani?
Lekker my guy. And Jay?
Siyaphila Mr. Xakhonto.
Yeah, that's how it's done. Colleagues, let's greet each other. Morning. Let's greet each other. Pick a name, poke someone, pick a name and shout at someone in Shivenda and let them faint.
Goeiemorgen meneer.
Kunjani tata?
Siyaphila unjani?
I know. Lekker man. It's a Friday. Pick a name, poke someone, and greet someone in your mother tongue. Let's see if they hear you.
Hola Ricardo. Sure. Ukraine lapho simatha kanjani?
Ya, mnandi phethela.
Hayi fidi.
Yes.
Shendothe umahlalosi.
Wakalathini.
Impilo kuphela.
Masanene mfowethu.
That was too quick. What are we wearing for Heritage Day? Are you guys putting on your heritage attire? Let me see if I can switch on my video and show off my heritage. Good people, get your groups and presentations ready. Ricardo, they are scared of you, these guys. They don't greet you in Chivenda. Sponis, greet these people in Spedi, show them flames. Let's greet, good people. Let's greet. In our mother tongues, please. Have a conversation. Let's see if you guys can speak your mother tongues. Why do I have a feeling you guys are like, I'm not sure if it's, I'm at 2000. I'm at 2000 reloaded. All of you guys, these guys that are your children, they don't speak your mother tongues. Do they speak your mother tongues, these children of yours? You go to a class, now these children are speaking English. You're like, hey, what?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Can we start our presentation at half, sir, if that's okay?
What time is it? Half? How do I know?
8:30, sir. It's in 10 minutes.
You are group 1, right?
Group 1, yes, sir.
Okay, I think you are anxious to present. So yes, we can start in 10 minutes. Let's check all the other guys. Make sure all your group members are here. When we start, we roll and yeah, we finish.
Okay, sir.
For now, I'm just busy with greetings and conversations in your mother tongue. Maybe I should run my class in Chivenda as well. What do you guys think?
Some of us don't understand. Sir.
Pujan Tata. Are you good?
Mr. X.
Ngibani lo ngibitako manje? Wembeke. Ungibitelani manje?
Dumela, Mr.
Bheki.
X.
Hey, nda. Dovuwa.
Ricardo, what you laughing at, my guy? What's a hang da?
How are you calling a name? Why are you calling Ricardo manje?
Wampanya,
What did Ricardo do? How are you, Paul? Are you good, my good sir?
Hey, Ricardo, skipani la.
Ricardo, rescue Paul. He started something he can't finish. Cabanga ukuthi leli class ngilirane ngesiswati nibona kanjani? Nibona kanjani colleagues?
Sir, we won't understand. There are a few words that
Yini leni
we'll understand.
yini leni ngeke nze nive? Ngibani lo ngeke azangive?
This is what there, so we won't understand some of us.
Ani niyangiva nangikhuluma Zulu?
This is Zulu we can understand. Because we
Njani?
listen to Umaskandi. We listen to Umaskandi, some of us.
Nimniketwa ngibani maskandi? Nimthathaphi maskandi?
Mr. X asiyazi language yakho, please Godman. Siyakucela.
No, lalelani sikhuluma Swati
Let us
namuhla
talk.
wonke muntu la classini utawupresenta ngeSwati. La sebenza ngeSwati namuhla.
Won't be able to present this is what.
Yeah, so onke lama presentations anamuhla kabe ngeSwati. Kambaka asesive nje Blendon. Sika presenta ngeSwati. Blendon. Blendon.
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Namuhla utawupresenta ngesiswati Blendon.
I have no idea what you're saying. I'm just gonna say no to that, sir.
Brandon, he said he's gonna give you money today. Why you say no? He said he's gonna give you money, my guy. Just say
Why are
yes.
you translating after the fact only?
Yeah, indvodza lehlakaniphile wena Blendon awuvumi uphika konke. Vele uphika cha ngeke. Byron presenta ngeSiswati namuhla. Fanele wena ngeke uze ube nenkinga mase ngikhuluma Swati all day long.
Hayi mina anginayo inkinga.
Nazo yabo.
Anginayo.
Siyawina ke Siswati kanjalo.
Yeah,
Siyawina
actually ngifuna ukusazi iSiswati nesindebele nesivenda but ilimi lami liqinile makuziwa la esivendeni isivenda sona ayikhona.
Senza njani isivenda manje?
Ilimi lami livele liqinile but the reason why I think sibe ne-challenge yokufunda isivenda is because uma besibukela umvango besingalaleli into eshoyo besifuna ukufunda ama-subtitle so that's the reason singakhonanga ukwazi isivenda.
Ne abafaki ama-subtitles lapha kumvamo.
Yiwa senza singazi isivenda ngoba sifocusa ngokufunda instead ukuthi silalele kuthiwani.
Oh, ayahlupha lama-subtitles ne?
Injalo Mr. X.
Okay. Lita?
Sure, sir.
You were saying something, I'm listening.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, is it true that in Venda, small kids can't talk to Venda until they reach a certain age of 8 to 10?
Oh, Lenny.
Is it?
Lenny.
I'm asking because they.
Why not?
I don't know. But they said Savannah is very, very, very tough. Very, very tough to learn. Very difficult.
There is no such a thing, my good sir. There is no such a thing. There is no such a thing. There's no such a thing.
Is it?
Mother tongue is a mother tongue. Ibuye ebeleni lem. Uyithatha ebeleni.
No.
Uyithatha
Sure.
ebeleni yabo. Yeah. Imvolo ongayithatha ebeleni bunjinga. Babakho noma ngaba yimillionaire but wena utala ushayekile. The only
What?
thing you will not get from the mother. The mother. Right. It is 32 minutes past. Sinovuyo. Omiyiso. Where are my notes, Sinovuyo? The guys who did a challenge, do you want to start? The guys I gave a challenge, do you want
Sir,
to
can we
start?
do the presentations first, please?
Hey, Brandon, why are you nervous,
I
Brandon?
want
Are
to
you
get
ready?
it over with, sir. It's been a week.
Okay, no, I'm good with the presentations. All right. Where is Novuyo? Novuyo is not here. Novuyo, where are my notes? Who is owing me a presentation? Which groups? Obviously, we're starting with group 1. Novuyo is fast asleep. Colleagues, I have not understood and I will never understand why my video doesn't work. This thing baffles me. It baffles me. Baffle. Baffle. Okay. Snovio, where are my minutes? Snovio is in Cape Town. And yeah, so group 1 will start. Then group 2 will go next. Colleagues, please try and keep your presentations very professional, and let's keep the ball rolling. So group 1, if you are ready, over to you. Group 2, you shall be next. Group 6, then group 7. Asambeni. Brandon and group, over to you.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, Tamika. Thank you. Okay, so obviously my name is Brandon. Good morning, everyone. And I will be presenting a section of this presentation on behalf of Group 1. Can we have slide 2, please, Tamika? Okay, so firstly, as we all know, the task that we set up a statement for the task. So the task was to set up a small computer lab at a school that can accommodate a class of 20 learners and 1 teacher. The lab will be used to improve their computer skills as well as assist in improving educational outcomes with the use of modern technology. And to summarize the hardware that would be needed for this task, we need 21 pre-built computers, 21 monitors, 21 keyboards and mice, one 24-port network switch, 1 router, a business class router, because those can accommodate far more inputs. And then we also need a wireless access point, which is not compulsory, but is beneficial. Then we also need 21 Ethernet cables, 2 printers or scanners, like preferably all in one machines, and then 1 projector, which includes the clear whiteboard. The software we need for this task, we would need Windows 11 and then Kaspersky antivirus, but you could use any antivirus, Microsoft 365, and then I think the spelling is wrong there. It is SolarWinds, which is similar to the Nagios software. Can we have slide 3, please? Okay, so the specifications for the computer itself, it is a Dell Optiplex GX9020. It houses an Intel i5 4th generation CPU. It is a SFF desktop, which stands for small form factor. And within the pricing, we get a 19-inch monitor. There's just some more like specifications, more in detail ones there. Everything down to the Intel Boost technology is CPU related. Then within the system, we also have 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM at 1600 megahertz transfer speeds. And then it also includes a 256 gigabyte solid state drive. It has integrated Intel graphics, not very good ones. And then those are just more like specifications that aren't important for this assessment or for this task, sorry. Then part of the software needs, well, yeah, that's the antivirus. The Kaspersky Essential Security, you pay 6,300 yearly. Yeah, I don't think you get a monthly price for that. And then Microsoft Office 365, the Education Edition, is free for eligible institutions. Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah, on the left side, we still just have some more specifications to do with the desktop itself. I don't feel the need to go through all of that. Sorry, just hold on. Sorry, there's some background noise. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then we have Windows 11 Professional, as I said, and then where we bought the parts or where we would buy the parts in theory, you would get a 1-year collect and return warranty, as well as two-year remote support on the hardware. Then on the right, we have some more pricing for the other hardware that we need. I will start at the TP-Link 24-port network switch. It was 5,451 Rand 0.3 cents, if I'm reading that correctly. Then also the MikroTik Wi-Fi router. It was also basically 6,200. I'm not gonna like read the whole specific price. Then we also have 21 Ugreen Cat6 round LAN Ethernet cables, 10 meter in length, 89 Rand each. Then next we have the printer and the scanner, all in one, I believe. It's the Brother Digital Color all-in-one printer at 10,000, sorry, 559 Rand. And then next we have the printer. No, not the printer, the projector. It is the UltraLink 800 lumens LED HD projector, which is 4,499 Rand. And then the screen, lastly, it is the electric projector screen with a remote, which is 1,799 Rand from Takealot. All of the other components besides that one, and I think the Wi-Fi router can be found at an online store called Supercom. It is well known and well reviewed, so it is reliable. From the next slide onwards, Ivana will take over. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, guys. Ivana here. I just wanted to know if you guys can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. So moving on to installing or rather setting up our computer lab. The step number one was to prepare the physical space. So you need to design your layout. That means positioning your desks, arranging the desks in rows or clusters, depending on your teaching style. Rather, I would prefer in rows to ensure that there are enough space for the students to move around, including the teacher. Moving on to our whiteboard placement or rather screen projector, we would position the whiteboards in a visible area for everyone, preferably at the front of the classroom. Moving on to power access, we need to make sure that each desk has enough access to power outlets. If not, plan where to place your power strips so that each one may be connected. Step 2, setting up our computers. For our connected computers, we need to have wired connections. So running an Ethernet cable from the router or switch to each computer's network port. Can you please move on to slide 5 or 6? um, Continuing, we need to ensure that we hide the cables where possible to prevent any tripping hazards. As you know, children are very clumsy and we don't want any choking hazards. Moving on, connect the power cables to power outlets. And for our wireless connections, we need to ensure that the Wi-Fi is enabled on each computer. Moving on to number 2, to our power up computers. Turn on all your computers to ensure that they boot up without any issues whatsoever. Moving on to configuring our network. Number 1, set up the router. So you position your router centrally in the room for optimal Wi-Fi coverage, meaning each computer would be able to connect to the Wi-Fi and connect to the modem using an Ethernet cable to the WYN internet port of the router, and then power on the router. Moving on to number 2, our network topology, our star topology setup. As you can see there in the corner, that's the example given there for our star topology network. So our central switch, you need to place a central switch to which all computers will connect via Ethernet cables, and our Ethernet cabling will run Ethernet cables from each computer to each central switch. Each computer should have its own dedicated cable connecting to a specific port on the switch. Sorry about that. Moving on to router switch connection. Connect the switch to the router to provide internet access to all computers. Can we have the next slide, please? Our cable management. We need to ensure all cables are securely hidden to prevent any tripping hazards, and the benefits of the star topology includes ensuring that the failure of one device or cable does not affect the rest of the network and simplifies troubleshooting, as was presented in the previous slide in the little example there in the corner. Moving on to our general layout of star topology network, access router settings. Connect a computer to the router and open a web browser to enter the router's IP address. Log in with admin credentials and change them for security purposes. Configure Wi-Fi. Configure Wi-Fi. Set up the double SID and password and enable the DHCP to automatically assign IP addresses to all connected devices. Number 5, connect each computer. Wired computers should be connected via Ethernet, while wireless computers should select the Wi-Fi double SID and connect using the provided password. Moving on to install and configure our software. Number 1, operating system setup. For each computer, install or check the status of the operating systems, whether it's Windows, etc., and follow the installation prompts if OS installation is necessary. Number 2, system updates. Navigate to settings and check for system updates and install any necessary updates. Number 3, install common software. Install essential software for education such as Office Suite like Microsoft Office or web browsers like Chrome or Firefox. Educational software based on curriculum requirements as well is advised to install. Sorry about that. Number 4, antivirus installation. Install antivirus software on each computer to ensure security and protection against threats.
Thank you, Ivana. I will continue with the next slide. You can take a bit of a break. Sound a bit tired. If that's okay.
Yeah, please continue.
Okay, thank you. So step 5, testing and the final setup. So firstly, you would test internet connectivity. You would open a web browser on each computer and check access to the internet. You would run a speed test if necessary to ensure adequate performance. And then secondly, you would test the shared resources. If using printers or shared drives, test connectivity and functionality. Next, you would set up shared printers on the network, ensuring each computer can print. The third point is the user accounts. You would create user accounts for students on each computer if required. You can create a local user account or use a domain if applicable. And then fourth, we have the where you should back up your configuration. Sorry, establish a backup plan such as cloud storage or external hard drives. External hard drives to regularly back up important data. Then the sixth step is training and maintenance. This is user training. Provide guidelines on using computers, accessing the internet safely, and basic skills, I'm guessing, was supposed to be in there. And then the second point is the network security. This is to periodically change the Wi-Fi password to ensure security. And you would also monitor for unauthorized access to the network. I believe that's the final slide. Tamika, can you just check? Next slide. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. I just want to give a big thanks to the people who contributed. So thank you, Tamika, for your overall involvement within, making this thing. You also made the slides, so thank you. Thank you, Byron, for gathering basically all the prices of everything. I understand that was quite difficult. Thank you, Ivana, obviously. And then I think Ms. Busman, I'm not sure what your name is. Thank you for helping. And then also, Tando, thank you for helping. I'm not gonna speak down on the people that didn't help today, but you guys know who you are, and that's why you guys were left out. So yeah, thank you everyone for contributing, and thank you for your time, Klaus. So that's us done.
I want the names. Who am I submitting for deductions?
Okay.
Give me the names.
Okay, sir. I have a list here. Just give me a second.
Give it to me, name and shame. Name and shame.
Firstly, can I just can I get the response from Ms. Busman? Can you tell me your?
Bladon, give me names.
I don't know
don't want to know stories. Don't defend your people here.
I
Give
don't know
me
if
names.
this is. I don't know if this is them, sir. But the people who definitely didn't contribute is Khonse, then also Edgar, and then Kanya. At least
They
two of
did
those
not
people
contribute.
Yeah, at least two of those people have been problems since day one, sir. Khonse
Kick them
just
out of the
recent.
WhatsApp group. Please
Khonse
kick them out of the WhatsApp group.
So are you for real, Mas? We kicked them out of the group or what?
Yes, I'm for real. Remove them from the group.
Okay, sir.
Yes, thank you.
And then also,
please send me the names. It's Khonse, it's Kanya, and
Edgar. Yeah, I will send you the names, and then the other members who didn't participate. Two of our group members, if I'm not mistaken, are doing are at the workplace. They aren't back in class, right?
I missed you there, Brendan, but please, I missed you there for a second, but please jot down that question. I think it has to do with the workplace. I want to go to the next presentation, Brendan.
Okay, sure.
Please
sure
jot
thing,
it
sir.
down, send me the names directly and remove them from the WhatsApp group. Remove them from the WhatsApp group.
Will do. Thank you.
Right. Group 2, over to you. Group 2,
all right,
over
Mr.
to you.
Yes, Mr. F.
You can start by giving me the names of the people who did not participate in the group.
On group 2?
That's an easy presentation. Yes, group 2.
Don't worry about group 2, say why. All 10 of us were participating.
Protection of other members.
They
bribed you, they sent you an e-wallet. Okay, protect them, but I want the names.
Don't worry, Mr. X. Group 2, they participate. I forced them. They don't have a choice. Can you see my screen, sir?
Not yet, and nothing is coming up.
Okay, let me. How about now?
Nope. Or something is coming up.
Tell me when you see something.
I see report set up small network for a small school computer lab. Over to you. Proceed.
Okay. Morning, everyone. This is a presentation from Group 2. We're gonna be setting up a small network for a small computer lab. All right. So these are our steps we're going to take when we are setting up our network. So the first one is to determine the number of computers and devices, for example, printers and servers and modems. Number 2 is to identify the purpose of our network. Number 3 is to choose the network type, e.g. network cables and Wi-Fi. Number 4 is to plan where devices will be located within the school building. Number 5 is to purchase the network devices such as routers, switches, access point servers, and more. Number 6 is to install all the necessary server softwares and set up a basic network settings, SSID, wireless passwords, and security settings. Number 8 is to set up an IP address. And number 9 is to test the connectivity of all computers to ensure they can access the internet and communicate with each other. Number 10 is to train users and provide documentation. And number 11 is to provide a maintenance plan. All right. So let's jump into the first step. So step 1 is to determine the computers and devices. Right. So to start it, to determine the number of devices, we concluded to 20 desktop computers for the computer labs, along with the 5 staff or admin computers, 2 in the administrative office, and then 3 in the library. Additionally, there will be 1 shared printer in the library, 1 server for file storage and management, 1 modem to connect to the internet, 1 router to handle the data traffic, and 3 wireless access points to ensure strong Wi-Fi coverage throughout the school. Number 2, to identify the purpose of our network. So the main objective of our network is to find a reliable internet access for both the learners and staff is the priority. The network will also facilitate online research and educational assignments, enable file sharing among teachers and students, and support printing if needed. Number 3, to choose the network type. We must decide on the type of network connection to implement. For this setup, Ethernet cables will be used for wired connection in the computer lab and administrative areas to ensure stability. In addition, incorporating Wi-Fi allows mobile devices, laptops to connect through across classroom and communal space. Our chosen network type is star topology. Why did we choose star topology? It is easy to install and maintain. It is fault tolerant. A single device won't affect the entire network. Scalability, you can add devices without disrupting the existing network, and you can also remove devices without disrupting the network. It also have a centralized management, meaning that it can be managed at one place. Yes. Setup number 4. So to plan the device location within the school. So strategic plan for device placement is crucial. In this computer lab, the 20 desktop computers will be connected to 24 port switch. The administrative office will host 2 staff computers linked to an 8-port switch. Meanwhile, the library will feature 3 staff or admin computers and shared printers. The wireless access point will be positioned to maximize coverage. In the computer lab, another in the library, and lastly in the admin office. Number 5, the purpose purchase required network devices. Sorry. Creating a detailed list of necessary devices and their estimated cost will help us budget effectively. The items will be purchased include so basically we're going to choose physical stores around Cape Town so that it could be easy to get to since we will not be working with the online. So they chosen 3 stores in case we don't find everything in one store. So we chosen 3 stores to look for all our devices. Store number 1 is Incredible Connection, which offers a wide range of computers and accessories. Store number 2 is Macro. It sells various electronics, including a desktop and laptops. And store number 3 is Game, which features budget-friendly options for computers and accessories. And then this is the list of our devices and equipment that we'll be purchasing. Number 1 is router. We're going to be purchasing 1 router, which costs 1,200. And then number 2, we're going to be purchasing modem, only 1. It costs around 800. And then a network switch, which is 24 ports. We're also going to be purchasing 1, which costs 2,500 rands. And then we're also going to be purchasing a network port, which is the second one, which has 8 ports. We're also going to be taking 1 of those, and then it's cost 1,000. And then we're going to be purchasing 3 wireless access point. It costs 1,500 each, which totals to 4,500. And then we're going to be purchasing 1 server, which costs around 10,000. And then that we're going to be purchasing 1 printer, which costs 3,000. And then 20 desktop computers, which cost 6,000 each, which results to around 120,000 rands. And then 5 admin computers, also 6,000 each, and then totals to 30,000. And then Ethernet cables, 10 meters each, and we're going to be purchasing around 10 of those with 200 rand each, which results to 2,000 rand. And then installation services, which cost 200. And then our total budget is around 176,000. Sorry, 176,000. Then moving on to step 6, installing necessary server software and internet. For our internet, we have chosen a fiber internet connection. And then a physical store.
Samgele, can I disturb you for just a second? Colleagues, we are going through the videos and most of you have your videos all off. Can I ask you to have them on at least for 30 minutes? I do note that it's because of data, but I'll ask you to please switch it on for at least the next 30 minutes so that we go through the registers and that. So it's just a request, everyone, please switch on your videos for the next 30 minutes. Then after the 30 minutes, after first 9, you can switch it off again. Thank you. Continue, Samgele.
All right, okay. So our chosen internet connection is a fiber internet connection, and then our physical store is located around Cape Town, which is a branch on Telkom. It's called OpenSafe. It offers, it is one of the South Africa's largest fiber network providers. And the reason we chose fiber is because it has high bandwidth. It's capable of having much larger capacity for data transmission than copper cables. This means that you can enjoy more simultaneous connection without experiencing slowdown and buffering. It has a consistent performance. Fiber optic cables are less susceptible to interference than copper cable, resulting in more stable and reliable internet connection. All right. Now, our school location will have to be at a location where where a class has relatively small numbers, such as 20 learners, meaning it cannot be a busy location with high numbers, but it also has to be advanced enough to be able to facilitate a fiber internet installation. For that, we have chosen a location around Constantia, ensuring our server as a right software is essential. This will involve installing file sharing software for document management, network management software to monitor performance and security software to protect against potential threats. Step 7, setting up a basic network settings. Setting up the foundation network setting will be our next step. An SSID of Wi-Fi will be created, such as the school network, along with secure password for Wi-Fi access and server logins. Implementing security setting by enable WPA3 encryption will further protect our wireless network. Step 8, setting up an IP address. When it comes to IP addressing, we need to determine our approach. Utilizing a dynamic host configuration protocol, also known as DHCP, will allow automatic IP address assignment for all the devices and streaming management. Additionally, we will reserve static IP address for critical devices like server, printer, and access points to ensure reliable connection. A firewall will have to be installed to restrict access to a certain website that will not be school related or educational, such as pirate websites. Step 9, testing connectivity. Once everything is set up, comprehensive testing will be conducted to ensure functionality. We will check that all the computers can access the internet, communicate with each other, and send printing jobs to the shared printer that will be located in the library. Additionally, Wi-Fi connectivity will be verified for stability throughout the school. Step 10, training users and providing documentation. Organizing training sessions for staff and learners will help everyone navigate the network effectively. Topics will include accessing the network, utilizing shared resources, adhering to a guideline for responsible internet use. Furthermore, we will provide documentation with troubleshooting steps for common issues. Step 11, which is the last step, establishing a maintenance plan. Establishing a maintenance plan is essential for ongoing efficiency and security. This plan will include regular updates for server and security software, periodic performance check on the network and devices, and scheduling replacement for outdated equipment and softwares. Thank you. That will be all for Group 2.
Can I have the names for the members in group 2?
Like I said, Mr. X, group 2 was participating. Sir. We have total of 10 members and all of us are always active.
Give me the names. I want the names of the 10 members.
Oh, 10 members. Let me check.
If you work with them, you know them. So obviously you're protecting them.
Samkele, Sibusiso, Wongalethu, Gugu, Kanyisa, Tapelo, Lita, who's the other one? Ganel? Mandondon, Imam. I don't know the other names.
Lita did not participate. I can tell you that now. He's not submitting assessments.
I did.
Lita did not participate. I can tell you
Why
that
me?
now.
Why me? Why me, sir?
Because
Why?
I'm not seeing your submissions on the portal. I've been telling you the past 3 weeks, you are not submitting work.
Check, I said, check again.
I'm telling you, when last did you get feedback from me?
I haven't received feedback.
You see, Ziakan, I'm not seeing any of your submissions. Nonetheless, it's fine. You are protecting your people, and I see you, I watch you, and I know you. I am there. I am there.
Don't worry, Mr. X. You can go check on our group participation, so you will see. Everything is posted on our group, so you will see. I'm 100% sure about that.
One law family. Everything Mr. X is involved. Don't worry. We're not doing anything wrong.
Nothing is
all is well.
We should link all right. Sambense group 6. Sambense group 6. Group 6. Over to you. Start with the names of the people who did not participate. I want to deal with them directly. Group 6, knock, knock. Hello. I'm terminating all of group 6. There is nobody there.
Hello, Mr. X.
Oh, someone wakes up. Hello, ma'am. Ohandet.
Mr. X, my voice is very low. I'm sick today, but I will try.
Yeah, die here. If you have to die, drop dead here whilst we are watching you. Die here. Don't die somewhere. Die here. Die working.
It's okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Colleagues, we watch if the team members save her or not. If they love her, if they know the presentation, they will save her. But someone's trying to share their screen and their screen is not shared. But they're trying something. I don't know what they're trying. But let's see team collaboration in this team and see if it works. Take us away, group 6.
Okay, sir. May you please show the second slide?
At least you are seeing the first one. I'm not even seeing the first one.
I'm able to see anything.
Yeah, but now you've stopped sharing the slides.
Okay.
Okay, I can see now. Okay, this is our group presentation, group 6. Okay, hardware requirements, and then number 1, 20 laptops, e.g. Dell Latitude or HP ProBook, 1 server, e.g. Dell PowerEdge 140, 1 router, e.g. Cisco RV322, and then 1 switch, e.g. Link SG 1080, and then 2 wireless access points, WAPs, e.g. What's that? Ew. Ubiquit, Unify AP, and then firewall, e.g. Sonic Wall, TZ.
Sorry, guys, I cannot see on my side your presentation. Unless I'm the
Okay.
only one.
Who else cannot
It's
see?
only you. I'm seeing a switch and I'm seeing green cables with lights and blue and gray and yellow.
I don't see
On your
anything on
side,
my side either.
I can't see the screen either.
You guys must fix your stories. Me, I'm seeing properly. Yeah. Please click on slide 3. If I can
But on
see,
my side,
I'm moving
I
right
also
along.
see it clearly.
I can see it also.
I'm happy with the screen. You guys must get coffee. You didn't get coffee.
Let me
All
go
right,
get
group
coffee,
6.
Yanis.
Try continuing.
Okay, and then number 7, we have network cables, and then we have wireless adapters for laptops, if not built up. Can you go to slide 3?
They spooked it now. Now it's not moving.
So maybe it's the network.
It's not moving anymore now. Someone else from group 6, take over the screen sharing, please. Simpiwe, unmute and talk to us. Silence in court.
So we have an issue here in group 6, so I don't think there's anyone who's gonna back us up.
Guys,
The
you
whole
can
class
send
is
me
waiting, group 6.
and I will share for your sake.
Silindeni in a group 6.
I think
Silindeni
I'm
in a
having
group
a
6.
network problem. Stairs. Yes.
Group 6, we are waiting for you.
Stairs.
Someone is calling me. Speak to me in your mother tongue.
Enjoy network, Mr. X.
Can you take your volume up, sir? I can't
the
hear
reason why.
nothing.
The X network on my side.
Who is speaking? Is it Mr. Nkosi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are you saying? Please say again.
I'm having a network problem, sir.
Okay, so you can send the presentation to us in the chat. We'll try and present and share the screen for you. Or you can give it to your team member to share their screen for you. You can send it to me as well.
To one of them. Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. Whilst you do that, we'll go to the next person, the next group. We are waiting for group 6 to fix their stories here. I'm not accepting network stories, colleagues. So do not expect that I will say shame. I'm just going to give you 5 minutes to sort your story so that we have progress.
Sir.
Ma'am?
Why didn't you ask about the people who don't participate in our group?
I did say, I said the first thing you do is give me their names.
Okay, I don't know their names. Okay. The people who participate in our group, it's only 4 people. Ntabiseng, Noma Sabata, Simpiwe, and Pindile. The others are quiet and they are not bothered. Abo Makungu, Nabo Sandile Msibi, Abanyangmaza Makamab.
Okay. Send me their names, send me their numbers as well, directly on my WhatsApp, and I shall deal with them.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Let's go to group 7 whilst you guys sort out your story, right? I'm giving you literally one presentation. And then I'm coming back. Tabiseng is sharing. Should I let you share, Tabiseng? Okay, Tabiseng is taking over the screen sharing. Group 7, get ready with your sharing. We are seeing ourselves in Tabiseng, and we're not seeing your PowerPoint presentation. Okay, PowerPoint presentation being displayed. Colleagues, you are chowing our time, honestly, so please proceed. We can see your presentation now.
Okay, so I still can't see anything on my side.
Tabiseng, please unmute and speak to us in your mother tongue. So if Tabiseng unmutes, it means the network issue is on your side. If it doesn't unmute, it means she has a network issue. But I can see the presentation. I'm seeing network design, slide 3, local area network. But Tabiseng is not unmuting. That's a problem.
I'm here, Mr. X.
Can you click slide number 2? Group 6, we are taking time just discussing you and your presentation. It is not working. Tabiseng muted again, and slide number 2 is not, the presentation is not moving. Okay, I'm giving you a chance. Please sort out your house. Let's go to group 7. Group 7, please share your screen and take us away. I'm waiting for group 7. Start by giving me the names of the people who did not participate.
Sir. Sir. Mr. X.
I'm listening. Speak to me in your mother tongue. I am all ears.
Okay, sir. Group ntho re participile re le 3 from group ya ka. Naka no didi hayo. So ke tlo ba nna a le sendile.
Okay, you are speaking, but you are very faint. So speak louder and say again. You're saying someone is not there, but someone will be there, or
yes, I'm saying I will be presenting with Sandile Smelani.
Oh, Nkosami.
Okay.
Oh.
And Didi, I think, is not. Oh, she's here. She's here. Yes, we are 3 of ours in the group.
all right, proceed. Don't tell me what you'll be doing. Just show me what you'll be doing. I am all ears. You can start by telling me who did not participate. and send me their names afterwards. So name and shame them, and then tell me their names or send me their names so that I remember after the meeting. But I want to hear who did not participate. And then continue with sharing your screen and take the presentation forward.
It's Dimakato, Diviwe, and the others say we kick them out of the group, so we don't really know their name.
You did kick them out of the group, right?
Yes.
So it's Demakato and who?
Civil.
And Civiwe.
Yes.
Okay. Only 2 people.
Yes, I think so. And then others
Okay.
they were Kwakwa. Others.
Did not participate.
Yes.
Okay. Send me the names directly on my WhatsApp. Remove them from the WhatsApp groups as well. Any member that did not participate, I want to see removed from groups. I'm going through the groups as we speak. Group 1 is removed. We kick them out of the groups. They must leave us alone. If they are not participating, we don't want to be working with them. We must know we've got only 4 people in the groups instead of having 6, but 2 work. Right. Share screen, take us away.
Okay, sir. Okay, so people who participated is now Chavala, Tali Tatinzol, and Sandile X, Alex Mela. So we are installing the network for 50 students and the teacher, and their purpose for the network is educational based. We are installing the network for a certain class at the corner and as asking us for wireless network. We chose Wi-Fi because cables may break people working in the walkway because of the plugging, and we made there's a mistake here. We made a star topology to view connections. Our plan for the future is using wireless, no cable, for no cable congestion, adding a server for storing data for students and researchers and teachers. So here's the school say, here's the class say. So we used star topology. So, okay. Network topology for computer lab. Recommended topology. The star topology is the most suitable for computer lab environment in the school. In a star topology, all devices are connected to a central hub or switch. This configuration is advantageous because ease of installation. Each device has direct connection to the switch or hub, which simplifies cable management. Fault tolerance. If one connection goes down, it does not affect the rest of the network. The scalability. New devices can be added easily without disrupting the existing network. Performance. Switches can intelligently direct data packets, minimizing collisions compared to bus or ring topology. Setting up the LAN service providers, hubs, and data links. Planning our LAN setup, we define requirements determining the number of devices that will be connected, which is 16, type of devices, computer, printers, servers, and the level of accessibility needed, wired versus wireless. Identify your service provider. Choose a service provider based on our bandwidth requirements and budgets. Some popular options might include cable, fiber, or DSL providers. Selecting network equipment, hubs, or switches. Hubs are generally outdated and less efficient used for simple connections. Switches, more intelligent than hubs, and work by sending packets only to the device that requires them, which is recommended for performance. Router allows internet access and connects multiple devices to the ISP. Look for routers that support modern standards, at least Wi-Fi 5 or 6. Next slide, I think, yeah. Network configuration. Logging into the router typically through a web interface. Nine one come on 192.168.0.1 or similar using the default credentials found on the device. Change default credentials. This is essential for security. Set up the HTTP router typically manages local IP addresses automatically. Configure SSID and security for Wi-Fi. Set SSID and a strong password using WPA3 if available. Assign static IPs for any devices that need a fixed IP like servers or printers. Assign static IP through the router setting. Next slide. Setting up database if required. Obviously is required. Choose a database management system. Options MySQL, PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL Server, or MongoDB, depending on your project name. Server, installing the DBMs. Server, choose a device on your LAN to host the database, often a dedicated server or a PC. Install software, follow the installation instructions for our chosen DBMs on our server. Recommended setups. Number of computers 15, Dell Optiplex 3010 Core 15 desktop plus 19-inch LCD plus Wi-Fi with desktop additional device 0. 1 workstation total workstation 16. Equipment list. Desktop computers each 6,000 needed. 15 total cost 90,000 purchased at Marco. Monitor each 2.5 needed. 15 total cost 37,500 purchased at Marco. Keyboard and mouse combo is set 500 required 15 set total cost 7.5 purchased at the network switch each 1,000 needed 1 total cost 1,000 purchased at Aman take color router each 1.5 needed, one total cost 1.5 purchase at market. Cables Ethernet each 100 rand needed 50, total cost 1.5 purchase at Takealot. UPS uninterruptible power supply each 1.5 needed, 2, total cost 3,000 purchase at Marco. Software licenses OS or Office each 1,000 needed, 15 licenses, total 15,000 purchase at Microsoft. I think. So I'll give it to Sandy Les Melan.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be taking over from here. Total estimated cost, equipment cost, desktop computers, 90,000, monitors, 37,500, keyboard and mouse, 7,500, network switch, 1,000, router, 1,500, cable, 1,500, UPS, 3,000, furniture, 16,000, software licenses, 10,000. Total cost is 175,000. Can I have the next slide, please? Wiring infrastructure, installing people according to the standards to avoid interference and ensure reliability. Run cable from central location, server room to classrooms and other areas. Setting up network devices. Configure routers and switches. Set up VLANs if needed for segmentation. Configure IP addresses schemes, DHCP for dynamic addressing. Install and configure wireless access points. Ensure optimal placement for adequate coverage. Set up appropriate security protocols. WPA3 if available. Install monitoring and management tools. Deploy your
Are you guys done? Group 6, are you ready? I think it's group 6 that needs to proceed.
We're not done, Serge. No,
You're not done, you're just waiting. Okay.
Yes, I'm waiting for Nea because she stopped sharing the screen. I think she's out. He's out, I mean.
Yes. So my connection was interrupted. I don't know if you can hear me, sir. My connection was interrupted. So sir, can we continue or what is going on?
All right, group 6, let's go back to your presentation and you take us away. I hope you have got your ducks in a row now.
Can you guys see? Because I can't see on my side.
I can only see us, like this. The screen is being shared, but I can only see the Teams meeting.
Okay, Titan, thank you. Tabby saying.
Yes, ma'am. Can you see the screen? Mama Sarata?
No. Okay, Esetu will share for us, ne?
Okay.
Can everyone see the screen, guys?
Yeah, we
Yes, we
can see
can
it.
see.
Okay.
Can you
Yeah,
please
we
go
can
to
see.
can you go to slide 3?
3.
Yes. Are you there? Because I can't see.
Group 6, we're waiting for you.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Yeah, I'm already there, but wait. Okay, yeah. Can you see now?
No. I only see small school network.
Ivan. And everyone else?
I'm also only seeing small school network.
Yeah, it's still on slide 1, I said too.
Still?
Yes.
Okay, let me just stop sharing then. And now?
It's coming. Okay, I can see. What slide is this?
It's the third one.
Okay. Network design and then local area network with 192.181.1 times IP scheme 2 virtual local area networks for students. And then which is LAN 10 and then staff, VLAN 20, and then number 3 subnets for servers, and then 192.168.10 over 24 students, and then 192.168.10 over 24 staff, and then 192.168.20.0 over 24, and then DNS and DHCP servers. And then can you go to the next slide? Oh. Okay, please go back.
Oh, this is the next one. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. And then setup steps, phase 1, server step 1, 1 day, and then install server operating system, e.g. Windows Server, configure server alone, file, print, email. Number 3, set up user accounts and groups. And then you can go to the next one. Phase 2, network configuration, 1 day, and then connect to router, switch, and WAPs. Configure IP addresses, subnets, and VLANs. 3, set up DNs and DHCP servers. 4, configure firewalls rules. And then, okay, Tabi saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you help me continue? I need to drink water.
We on slide.
I'm not sure. Is it 6 or 7?
Slide 6 or 7. I said to no ways. Are you for real?
It's your presentation. Which one is this one now? It's the one. Just go on as like the from the previous one.
Phase 3, laptop configuration. Install wireless adapters on a laptop if needed. Configure network settings, IP addresses gateway. Join laptop to the domain face. Security, configure firewall rule 2, set up instruction detection and prevention. Implement antivirus software. Number 4, establish backup and disaster recovery procedures. Please go to the next slide. Phase 5, testing verification. Test network connectivity and performance. Verify server laptop configurations. Ensure security measures are functioning correctly. Can I please have the next slide? Hardware costs. So number 1, 20 laptops, e.g. your Dell Latitudes. It's 120. It's 120,200. 200 server, e.g. Dell. Okay. 20,000, 40,000. I am not sure about these figures. Number 1, router, e.g. Can I please have the next slide? I'm not sure about these figures. Honestly, I'm not making any sense. Software cost. Number one, operating system, e.g. Windows, and then 5,000 to 10,000. Number two, antivirus software, 2,000 to 5,000. Number three, network management software, 5,000 to 10,000. Total software cost 12,000, 25,000. Internet connectivity, monthly internet subscription, e.g. 100 MBs per second, I think 1,500 to 3,000. Number two, annual internet subscription, 18,000 to 36,000. Can I please have the next slide? Maintenance and support. Number one, annual maintenance contract, 10,000 to 20,000. Total estimated cost. Hardware, it's 163,000 to 287,000. Software, 12,000 to 25,000. Internet connectivity annually, 18,000 to 36,000. Maintenance and support annual, 10,000 to 20,000. Total 203,000 to 368,000. Next slide, please, Asatu.
I'm already on the next one.
Is it timeline? One, planning and design. Number one, week. Two, hardware step up. 2 days. Three, network configuration. 2 days. Four, laptop configuration, and then 1 day. Number five, testing and verification. 1 day. Additional recommendations. One, develop a network usage policy. Number two, establishing internet filtering and monitoring. Number three, plan for regular maintenance and updates. Four, consider cloud-based services, e.g. Google Workplace, Microsoft 365. Purchase options, one, online marketplace, Amazon Newegg. Number two, manufacturer website, Dell. Cisco. Three, local computer stores. For IT solution providers, warranty support. Check warranty options for hardware. To consider support contracts for software and hardware. Ensure adequate technical support.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Thank you so much, Asit. You've been a great help.
Pleasure, guys.
Mr. X, I think we are done. Thank you.
I'm trying to decide if I'm very angry at you or I am disappointed or I'm not sure what I am. Which one should I be?
Ah, man, don't be angry. It's a Friday, Mr. X. Just forgive us.
I'm trying to beat the
Everything's
whole
gonna be
group
all right.
here. There's stories from here to Hiroshima and back. There's stories from here to Hiroshima and back. But once I decide if I'm angry or very angry or the other angry, there's many angries that I am. I'm going to ask the guys that have a challenge if they came any right, if they made any progress. Guys, I think for sure you're one of them. Looking for the names as well. Nagios. Snovio has left me alone. Why has Snovio left me alone?
Sir,
You still don't have a voice.
I do.
You must go to Pep. You'll find a voice for very cheap. 30 rand or 40 rand.
Would you like for me to read out the names?
I've got your notes here. Okay, the guys that owe me are Samgele, Mfundo, Mnebagazi, Siboniso, Nomasabata, and Ntabiseng. Ooh, Ntabiseng again. Did you guys make any progress?
I'm saying again to Mr. X. Mr. X, I was not able
I
I was struggling.
I knew it.
Mr.
I
X,
knew it.
listen,
That's the again right there.
give a lady a chance. Give a lady a chance.
Now we're being womanized here.
Hey,
yeah.
Mr. X, I was not able to download it, but I can give you what I got. I can give you the info that I got.
Wait, there are supposed to be how many of them? Snovio 6, ne? It means you guys didn't put together any effort to reach with it. The rest of them, Tabisang, I hear your story. Yes, there's a story there. Voucher,
Okay.
Samgele, all of you, what did you guys find? What did you
Okay,
guys
so from my side, Mr. X, I was able to find Nagios Coin, and I was able to download it. The issue is there is no installation for Windows. It needs a Linux operating system, right? And then most Linux operating system need a VirtualBox in order to be installed. And then I was able to find various VirtualBoxes, including Oracle VirtualBox and then Hyper-V, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Let me check. Yeah.
So you guys
Hyper-V.
didn't work together, basically.
No, sir. We didn't work together because I thought we were supposed to install and figure out the issues like one by one, and then we can then find a solution together today.
Abona namuhla ngirojwe from left, right, top, bottom. Voucher is here quiet.
Yeah, but the Linux installation, there are a lot of Linux operating systems. There is Ubuntu, there is Kali. So which one would be the right one? Say, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was stuck, Mr. X. So advise.
Okay.
Because
Let's
there is
take a
no
30 minutes break. I think I'm being robbed here now. I must adjust. Let's take a 30 minutes break and let's meet at 10:30. There is a lot of robbing going on. I must decide if I'm angry or if I'm disappointed or angry. 30 minutes break. See you guys at 10:30.
Kuningi,
Who's
Mr.
just
X.
sitting there and enjoying and laughing at me.
Colors
See you guys in
Mr.
30.
X.
Hi. Okay, so I have decided I'm very angry. Very, very, very angry. Very, very angry.
1 hour, Mr. X.
I've decided the first person I'm angry at is Tarin. The next person is Esetu. Then I'm angry at Ponzi. I'm angry at Paul. I'm angry at Blandon. Angry at Simpiwe. Angry at Ivana. Angry.
Do not include me, sir. I did nothing wrong.
I'm angry at Ivana. Video is off, and Ivana got tired during a presentation. Angry at Samgele for not looking at his video. Just angry. Just decided everything is making me angry. It's like when I look at you, Nje, I think I'm angry. Just thinking that I'm at work and then I'm angry. Tarin is wearing glasses and that means she's not seeing properly and she's wearing earrings. I'm angry. Makes me angry.
That can't help that I genuinely can't see.
Yeah, I'm angry at the fact that Tarin can't see. Angry at that.
Me too, sir.
I'm angry at Lita for wearing a blue t-shirt. I'm angry at Nebagazi having a surname that starts with a Z. Generally very angry right now. Like, how can you forget Busman's name is Zizipo? Angry at Busman having a name that starts with a Z and a surname that Brandon forgot. I'm angry. Tapelo is wearing a hat in my class. I'm angry. There's a skumbuzo here. I'm angry. Just angry, Jack, for everything. Just decided I'm angry. I'm angry at the fact that all of you have white eyes and black pupils. And your teeth are white and you have black hair. Just angry. Good morning again, everyone. Is everyone back? I'm angry that you are back, but you're not here. I'm just angry. Are you back? Is everyone back?
Yes, maybe.
Is everyone back? And the culprits that owe me, are you ready to talk to me? Please, this story of yours of being here half and half, you're supposed to meet today. How are you supposed to meet today when you're supposed to present today? Samgele is trying to defend the story that you guys didn't do the challenge. Challenge, guys, are you ready? Do you have something better to present? The silence is telling me you guys are not ready. Okay, so let's discuss your submission, right? Let's discuss the submission. So what did you learn from this task? The school lab, what did you guys pick up? What did you guys pick up? What did you colleagues pick up? What did you learn? Share with me. And this is no longer a group conversation. It's an individual one. And maybe let me give you the background of why we are having this conversation. You are leaving my hands, and we haven't done much networking, right? So I'm hoping what we've taught you is what is the network terminology you'll have to deal with. What did you learn? What did you learn? You guys are quiet. I don't mind you being quiet. Does it mean you didn't learn much from that project?
So
Because
what
what
did you
I'm-
learn? What can you share with us? Because there's a couple of things that we didn't really understand from my side.
Yes, and that's why I'm opening up the conversation. You did the project, and I want to give you answers to those questions. So ask your questions, tell me what you learned, tell me what you need to understand, and that's a conversation here. I want to get that from you guys. I will not know what you learned, what you did not learn, or what confused you, obviously. And this is the platform for that. I don't want to give you a project you submit and you walk away, you didn't pick up anything from it. What didn't you learn, Ivana? Come along,
Brandon,
Ivana.
you can
What
go ahead.
confused you? No, Ivana goes first. What confused you, Ivana? Where did you get lost? Let me fetch you and come back
Also,
with you.
if I'm going to be completely honest, in the group when I was like when you gave us the task, I'm not going to lie, I really did not want to participate in this task because I had no understanding of what's going on whatsoever. Yeah, there was a few things that I picked up of, the certain things that we've learned from the beginning, especially now with LP 6 and 7. But like when you're actually supposed to do the task given at hand, that's where things like got a bit lost in stuff. So I didn't really understand what was I supposed to do, and hence I was so quiet and just agreed that I'm going to use Chat GPT to help me answer a couple of things that I'm supposed to do, as well as just to present the notes. Hence I was so tired when I was presenting.
Presenting something you don't fully understand. Okay, let's get into details. Give me one thing that confused you. Give me one thing that baffled you. One thing. Then I'll move on to Blandon. Okay, even if it's not something that confused you, Ivana, give me one thing that you learned or you picked up.
Yeah.
You can pick one. Choose the easier one. I'm friendly here, Ivana. I'm not poking trouble. I'm friendly. I'm just trying to pick up a detail or a technical thing that you picked up or that confused you, whichever direction you fall on or you choose. Okay, I've lost Ivana there. I think I'm being too technical. Ivana, I'll go to Blandon. Check in the background if you have anything that you want to ask me or you need me to clarify, and I'll gladly do so. Blandon, your hand was up. Shoot.
Yes, sir. I was just gonna say that something that I learned that I never considered before is the importance of the topology. So that's now the layout and the arrangement of everything and how it is connected and what topology is best for certain situations. So that's one thing that I didn't know like much about before, but now understand the importance of.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, and I'm going to be quite summative or summary and say it in official terms. So your topology, ladies and gentlemen, is basically your network architecture. That will be basically your network architecture. When you talk topologies, you are telling your PC or you are telling your network how to communicate, how the devices in your network must speak to each other. So you are partly contributing very much to the architecture, and this is what happened in my class this morning, where I said, "Speak to me in your mother tongue," and what's his name? Let me take Blandon for example. Blandon was confused. I don't know what you are saying, sir, but I do not agree to it. So if you don't put in a topology, your network basically is hamstruck. You don't have communications within your network. So it forms part of your network architecture. I hope I'm making sense, but I'm responding to Brandon and I'm contributing and agreeing. It will be very key and important that you set up your network topology. Esetu, whilst I wait for Ivana to come back.
Okay, so this is actually something that I could have actually just looked up, you know. But I was actually, whilst doing the report, I was actually confused as to the difference. What's the difference between a modem and an access point, and is there a need to have both of them functioning at the same time whilst you set up a computer network?
Okay, and you guys, I'm giving quick answers here to your quick inputs and points of confusion, right? A wireless access point can be configured for networking without access to the internet. The difficult thing about it, Esetu, is this will be the same even for a modem. But the difference with a wireless access point is it gets you access into a network wirelessly. That's the key difference. A wireless access point, two things about it. You can join a network, but it does not guarantee that you've got access to the internet. The primary point of the primary role of a wireless access point is to give you access to a network wirelessly. And then the primary function of a modem is to give you access to the internet. But nowadays, modems are basically coming out of use because we can use a wireless access point to give us access to the internet. Now, and I'm going to confuse you further. The one device you should confuse a wireless access point with is a router. A router does the same. Some wireless access points just work as extenders or connectors of multiple devices. So for example, some of you in last week's presentations and today's presentations came with 3 routers for 20 computers. And I understood why you have 3 routers for network bandwidth and connectivity. You want to have sufficient bandwidth. If you have one router and it carries 20 computers, the bandwidth is sort of reduced, the internet speed is sort of reduced. I hope I'm making sense. I know it's too much detail for one answer, but yeah. And by the way, I'm not giving you a full lesson. I'm just trying to hint and highlight what directions you must take. Blandon, your hand went up and went down.
No, sir, I think you answered my question because my question is going to be wireless access point isn't necessarily meant to connect devices to the internet. Is it more used like to connect like printers and computers, for example, those kind of like wireless connections? So I think you answered my question.
Okay. And I'm happy you're getting that understanding, because that's exactly what I was trying to throw at you guys, so that you are not left distraught there.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Samgele?
Okay, so my first question is there a wired access point, sir? Then my second question would be in a star topology, sir, is if I have like an access point, whether it's wired or wireless, and then what would be the difference between that and the server?
Kill me a bit later, Samgele, but for now, can I please ask you to say that all over again?
Okay, my first question is there a wired
Say again.
access point?
Yeah.
And then my second question is whether it's wired or wireless. In a star topology, what's the difference between the access point and a server?
That's an easy one. Give me a second. This one is busy tapping me on my shoulder. Just a second. All right. So your first question, Samgele, is there a wired access point? Did I hear you right?
Yes, Mr. X.
Okay. So, and I'm going to say this possibly to my own peril and at my own risk, right? So for example, if you get a router, it gives you an option for a LAN cable, which is an Ethernet cable as far as your presentations go, right? And
Right.
Unfortunately, you are limited. You are limited to, if I'm not mistaken, about 4 cables that you can connect to an access point. But you are then misusing. It's like using a car in a horse race. Yeah, that's a good example. The wireless access point is for connecting devices wirelessly. So for example, new laptops might not even come with wireless cards, with Ethernet cards, which is cable cards. So they can only connect wirelessly. So if you want an Ethernet access point, then use a hub or a switch. Am I making sense, Samgele?
Oh,
There is
okay.
no
Yes.
point. There is no point sitting there with a wireless access point and connecting it with wires. It's for wireless connections. Why do you want to connect it with wires? I think that's a good way of responding to that.
Okay.
Am I making sense?
Yes, you answer.
A device that you can use for connecting Ethernet cables is a hub or a switch. Nowadays, we use mostly a switch. What was the second question?
Then my second question is in a star topology, then what would be the difference between a server and a access point?
There is There is. So for example, one of the roles of a wireless access point is it behaves like a DHCP resource. And DHCP basically manages the connection of these devices. So when you connect to a wireless access point, you need what we call an IP address. And that wireless access point will will play the role of a DHCP and issue the IP addresses to devices as they connect and manage them. So the option that you've got is then you can use again a switch if you've got multiple devices, and then you can connect your switch to the wireless access point if the wireless access point is the one that connects you to the internet. But that's how those devices are used. Then a server has more roles than just DHCP. Your server manages your network, your server manages a whole lot of the server environment or the network environments. So your server plays a bigger role than just that of a wireless access point. And I hope I'm making sense. Am I coming close to making sense, Samgel?
Yeah, I'm coming close, sir, but hey, you're not there. Sir. Okay, okay. So tell me more about the server then. If you said they are different, right? Then the SCP is just for allocating, an access point is for allocating DHCP, which is for automatic IP address allocation, right? And then, like a server, what would be the extra role that it plays, sir? Like, can you give me more details in terms of a server?
So a server is, let's use this example, and Brandon and the other colleagues here will kill me. Server is your taxi rank, right? But your wireless access point is one taxi. So the wireless access point will take people to Randburg or will take people to Cape Town. But the taxi rank will take people to more places. The taxi rank will take more taxis that go to many places, different places. Those are the multiple roles that I say the server plays. On a server, you can share printers. On a server, you can share files. On a server, you can publish a lot of websites. On a server, you can host. Do you hear these multiple roles of a server? But you can't do all of those things on a wireless access point. Your wireless access point just gets probably between 8 and 20 devices onto a network. But beyond that, your wireless access point cannot host a website. Your wireless access point cannot connect multiple. Your wireless access point has limited roles that it plays compared to the server itself.
Okay. I think I get it now, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Taryn, your hand was up.
It's not related to the presentations, but it is in LP7 that we're doing now. I wanted to know, like, I know what a standalone computer is and a network computer, but how does the standalone computer work without internet connection?
Interesting question. Interesting question. So, for example, I don't need, if I've got my printer connected to my laptop directly, I don't need internet. If I'm typing a report and all the information comes from my mind, I don't need the internet. If I have a USB that gets the data from Stacy's computer, and I come and bring that information into my own computer directly, I don't need the internet. If I'm not doing any research that requires the internet, a standalone computer can work. The printer is connected directly. I don't need the internet. The standalone computer does that. And I'm going to stagger this into 3 levels. That's a standalone computer. Then I can join a network. And I've got an example for you. If you go to Woolworths, if you go to Pick and Pay, they've got what we call an intranet. What an intranet does is they can check stock internally. see which shop has this cake that you're looking for. They can check. They have a lot of things that they can check on the intranet. That intranet does not have to be connected to the internet. Am I making sense? What do I mean? So they've got a database where they update what do I have or what does which Pick n Pay have. They've got a database that speaks to everything that they've got in Pick n Pay in the different and various Pick n Pays. It is called an intranet. It is a network. It is internal to Pick n Pay, and they're the only ones that can access that intranet.
So isn't like the internet still like required to connect to the database though?
I was about to ask something similar to that, man.
Yeah.
Say again, Brendan.
My question was, isn't the internet still required to connect to the database?
No. So, for example, if I'm hosting the database on, just give me a second. Give me a second. Starts here, goes there. Good. I hope that does it. Okay. So what happens is, I'm just double checking here. We've got two sets of networks. There's what we call a local area network. Then we've got what we call a wide area network. Local area network basically says if we are local to each other, for example, in a school, that's what we're doing a project and presentation about. In a school, that's local here. But the moment you are Department of Education and you've got a number of schools. There's a school in Midrand, there's a school in Johannesburg, you've got a school in Pretoria. Those are three different areas. They're about 100 kilometers apart. What you've got to set up there is now a wide area network. So you run cables, literally run cables from this point to that point. There's a cable that runs from Cape Town to Khayelitsha. Then there's a cable that comes from Strand to Khayelitsha and the Strand to Cape Town. That is a cable, it's not the internet. It is directly going to a certain office, to a certain location, connecting to one server. It is limited to those servers. But once you open it, remember the internet is what you call World Wide Web. Once you connect it to the World Wide Web, that is then what it becomes, the internet. Just a second. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So yeah, that is the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web grows from just being internal and it goes all the way to the internet. It goes to the world, it goes to other networks as well. So the internet is basically multiple networks interconnected with each other. Now, let me come back to Taryn's question. When I plan on stop disrupting me when I'm still speaking here. Now, Taryn, so your question is standalone computer doesn't need a connection to the internet or to an intranet or to any network at all. I hope I'm making sense. Then the network computer connects to Pick n Pay's networks, right? Pick n Pay's networks or the Department of Education's network only. So the Department of Education server manages that intranet. I hope I'm making sense.
And those connections are wired, so.
And those connections can also be wireless. It doesn't have to be wired only. It's an intranet. The exclusivity of it is it does not have a connection to the internet. Remember the English I'm using here. I'm using it carefully because I'm also trying to make sure you can hear me. There is intra with an R. Intranet. Then there is the inter. So if you look at the intra, it means it's only Pick and Pay's network. It's internal. So that network does not connect to any other network. Pick and Pay does not connect to Checkers. Pick and Pay does not connect to the Department of Education. It's an intranet. It's an internal network. That network can have wireless and Ethernet connections, can have a variety of things. It can have databases, it can have shared printers, it can have file sharing, all sorts of things, right? Then importantly, the internet starts mixing networks now. Now you've got an interconnection between, by the way, let me tell you how the internet works. The internet abuses your network, my network, someone else's network. So there is hops, we call it hops. For me to be able to connect to you guys, I'm connected to public IP addresses that are shared. So I might be sitting on top of Pick and Pay's network, the public section of it, for me to be able to connect to a next person. So if I want to connect to a setting that is, or I want to connect to somewhere in Zimbabwe, for example, right? What will happen there is, for me to get to Zimbabwe, I'll connect to someone who's connected start off point to Limpopo, someone who's connected to somewhere closer to Bulawayo. Eventually, I'll get to Zimbabwe. Those are called hops. Those are called hops. You connect to the next network until you get to the network you're trying to get to. I'm not making sense, I know.
Now you're making sense.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, you are. And just the extra question on that is that part of the reason why they say it's dangerous to connect to public Wi-Fi hotspots, for example, because
yes, because anyone can be there, right?
Yeah, and you're easily hackable because if you are connected to that Wi-Fi hotspot, everyone's using the same IP address, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Not necessarily the same IP address, but it's like you've basically gone into a public space. It's not like in your house. For someone to get into your house, they need a key or they need you to open the door to your house. But when you get out of your house and you take your furniture and put it at a taxi rank, anyone can sit on your furniture, right? Because you've put it in a public place. So once you connect your device to a public network, anyone could be there. And not everyone is looking for the same thing. Now, I'm sorry, Brendan, but your question is more a little bit into security aspects, but it does touch on what I'm talking about to say IP addresses are given, there is a private IP address and a public IP address. So out of these two groups of IP addresses, that's where the security aspect you're asking links up. This is a big conversation, of course, and I'm not going to finish speaking about it here and today. But you are partly correct, and it speaks to partly what Tarin and myself are trying to elaborate to say. There is what we call an intranet, which is still a private network. So if we have an intranet, we can't access, no one can access the intranet if they're not inside our network. Once we open up our intranet to the internet, that's when people can join in and see stock at Pick and Pay. I hope I'm making sense. But so long as the intranet is not opened up to the internet, it's only staff people or staff or Pick and Pay people that can access the intranet. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
You are, sir. So the extensive IP homepage, does it count as an intranet? Since we
Okay,
need
please say that
credentials.
again, etc. I suspect you I missed you there for a second.
Okay, so like does the Xtensive ICT homepage, that Odoo homepage thing, does it count as an intranet, since you need your login credentials to log in, and we needed to be invited to it in order for us to have access to the course?
Yeah. Okay. So that is a website, and I'm going to break your heart and say already there it's not an intranet. That's already the internet. It's hosted and it's published to the public network. I hope I'm making sense.
That makes sense. So if one Pick n Pay wants to access the database, is it like through an application or something and not through a website, for example?
Say that again.
If one Pick n Pay,
that question from Asset, yeah.
Yeah, it's related to that. So if the website counts as the internet, does that mean one Pick n Pay would access like the database through like an application, like a software or something, instead of using a website?
Can you elaborate further there?
Like let's say there's a program. I know that some like fast food restaurants, they have like almost like a custom like operating system. And then there would be programs on that operating system that you like would like open to like access certain like certain things, like, and like to give certain commands and so on. So I'm just asking, if they aren't using a website to access these things, would they use software and programs? Does that then like count as the internet? Because like you're saying you can't use a website to access that like type of information.
Okay. So there are two aspects to what you're saying, and that's why maybe I'm getting confused, right? By default, for you to be able to access an internet, you need a web browser. And any website that is published and it's on the internet, you need a web browser for that, right? Now, there's things that sit on our network and they sit at the database level. For you to hack our database and get our data, you basically need you need certain tools and applications for that.
Yeah, so that was basically my question. Actually, you basically saying yes, because that was what I was asking.
So, Mr.
And
X,
I'm glad, because that's what I'm trying to establish out of your question. And then to access the internet, you need a web browser. So you don't need any special tools there. If you've got Chrome, you've got Internet Explorer, and if you've published our website as Xtensive, for example, for you to be able to access our portal, you don't need much. You just need that web browser, and you've got you can do it even on your phone, because we've opened that up and we've published it on the browser. I hope I'm making sense. The influx of questions are just too many, but let me hope I'm making sense to each and every one of those questions that you're throwing. And keep them coming. I'm liking the conversation.
You're making sense, and yeah, we're making you work for your money today.
Yeah, I can tell. I think I regret giving you this project, but that's exactly why we gave you the project, so that you can go out, find this detail, and also when you get to the workplaces, we want you to understand this. So, for example, I'll even break it down further, and I'm mixing Brendan's questions, Charin's questions, Esetu's question. Esetu, you haven't indicated if I've answered your question sufficiently, by the way. So one of the things that exists is.
Thank you. You have.
Mr. X.
Someone muted my mic here. All right, I'm glad, Esetu, because what I wanted to expand it to, I wanted to go all the way and extend it to, if you get to a workplace and they say go to a certain drive. We've got a shared drive where we've published our files. You can't call Mr. X and say, Mr. X, they said I must access a shared drive. Please help me access it. I can't because it's an intranet. It's a file sharing setup.